Okay, I want to introduce you, Steve and I want to introduce you to Sergeant Sean Larkin. He is an officer in the gang unit of the Tulsa, Oklahoma Police Department, and now he is applying his boots-on-the-ground expertise on the show, on the A&E show called Live PD. It's on Friday and Saturday nights from 9 to midnight, and he joins us now. Hey, Sergeant.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so for the folks at home that haven't watched your show, let's tell them your story. Where'd you grow up? Parents in the military? Tell us a little about how you joined the gang unit.
Yeah, my father's a career military guy. He was in the Navy for 32 years. My mother was in for 20. They actually met when my mom was in boot camp. So I kind of grew up traveling across the country, various military bases. Ultimately, we ended up settling down in the Bay Area. I went through the majority of my schooling there through high school. Actually ended up moving to Oklahoma just to go to college. Had no intention on staying there. Wanted to go back to the West Coast. Sure. And ended up doing my internship there with Tulsa Police Department. I was hired, and 20-plus years later, there I still am.
Look at that. And your growing up actually helped you for this job, because I understand a number of your friends fell into the drug scene, and suddenly, hey, what are you doing?
Correct. Yeah, I actually grew up in the city of San Francisco itself. Graduated from high school in a suburb right outside of it. And just because of my age, I'm 43 years old. I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s through high school.
Crack. Time of crack.
Exactly. And that's what happened. Gang violence, the way, it exploded, crack cocaine, the violence that came along with that. Some of my friends actually got involved in that lifestyle. Wow. And so, I was one of those kids that was kind of around it, but always made the right decision not to get in trouble. And actually, just after I graduated high school, some of my friends ended up getting themselves in trouble and ultimately went to prison. And wow. So I kind of went one way and some of them went another. Now
you're in the gang unit. You're getting these bad guys and women off the streets. Is that hard for you? Are you arresting your friends?
No. As I said, I moved away from the Bay Area. And you know what's funny, actually, you say my friends, I mean, some of these guys we deal with so often, repeatedly, that they're almost like friends. We're the good guys, they're the bad guys, so to speak, but you develop these relationships with them. It's not necessarily adversarial in nature. You see some of these kids grow up and turn into young men, and
sure.
So you do kind of develop these type of friendship relationships with them.
Because you've been on the streets of Tulsa for a while, and
correct.
People think, oh, Tulsa's a great town. And it is a beautiful town in the Midwest. But
because of you're getting them off the street.
That's right.
But just like every other town, there's a problem, and that's what this TV show is about, right?
Well, this TV show, it's basically, unfiltered. It is live, and it's unbiased policing. It's an extension of what is in most police cars these days, which are dashboard cameras, body cameras, and things like that. And it's showing the public, what the officers see as it's happening.
Do you like the idea of body cameras and dashboard cameras?
I do. It's like people, anything to do with change, it's difficult at first, especially in policing. We have ways we like to do things. But it is, I think, more beneficial to us as law enforcement. It shows the full story, not just parts of the story social media likes to spread around.
So 3 hours of live. We've done the ride-alongs as reporters, and there is some lag time. There's some downtime. What do you do? How do you keep the audience entertained during that downtime?
The show, it actually has 6 different geographically and ethnically diverse cities that are on at one time. It's showing small cities, large cities, troopers, deputies, municipalities. And so with the 6 cities, where something might be slow on one spot, it can bounce to another city. And then there's the dialogue that goes on about it as well.
Right. Well, today you're sitting in one of the big cities of the United States of America. There's a new Gallup poll that has come out that says 38% of Americans are less willing to go into places where there are a lot of people in attendance because they're afraid somebody's going to try something stupid, either with a knife or a gun or a bomb, or try to run you down.
Yeah, talking about that's the whole point of people doing these type of things, or terrorists, or, whether they're lone wolves or these larger groups. They're trying to alter what we do day in and day out, and we can't let that happen. We still have to live our lives. We can't let them win. We do need to be vigilant, pay attention to what's going on around you. We all have that gut feeling. You see something that's not right, speak up about it. Talk to law enforcement. Contact your Joint Terrorism Task Force, something like that, and pass it on. And I assure you, being in law enforcement, everything that comes in like that, we look into.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to be watching tonight Live PD. Sergeant Sean Larkin, thank you very much for making the trip.
Thank you very much,
Sergeant. Thank you for what you do. God bless you. We love our men and women in blue.